Hello everyone, welcome to Pixelways channel. In this tutorial we're gonna make this little cute pencil icon. This is the final result, but in this part we're just gonna cover the modeling. So, if you're ready to begin, let's get started. Alright, you can start with pressing Shift A and make a cylinder. Keep the vertices on 8, SZ scale through Z-axis, and go to edit mode by pressing tab. Just remember, press 1 for vertices, 2 for edge, and 3 for polygons. So, press 3 for polygons, press A to select them all, right click and select subdivide, and do it twice. Select the top and bottom polygons and press X and only faces to delete them. Press 1 for vertices, select these 3, G and Z to move this down. Then press this one and hit Shift R to repeat the last command. Do this through all the vertices. Actually, if you go to edit menu and there's a repeat last, Shift R is the short key, which means it will repeat your last command. So just do this through all the vertices to make an even movement. All right. Go back through object mode by pressing tab. Go to modifier and add solidify. Increase the thickness, and we have to put this outside of the our cylinder. So reverse the offset. Then make a cone by pressing Shift A and select cone. Rotate this all the way down. Also move it down. Go to edit mode and delete the upper polygon. Pressing X and all the faces. Go back to object mode. Move this up. What we're doing here is we need to delete this from the cone. So to do that, select the cone, go to modifier and select Boolean. Pick the eyedropper and select this cylinder. Put it on difference and hit apply. We don't need this cylinder anymore and delete this. So if you select this cone and go to edit mode and press 1 for vertices, most of the time you can see there's some overlapping vertices, and as you can see here, there's 2 vertices next to each other. Probably you can have this here, no, or maybe this one. To solve this problem, press A to select them all and press M to merge and select by distance. You can see we removed 11 vertices. And now we just solve the problem. All right. Now we have to extrude this loop, edge loop here. To do so, press 2 for edge, hold Alt and click on one vertex edge. So we have an edge loop here. Press E to extrude and Z through Z-axis. To flatten this edge loop, press S for scale, Z through Z-axis, and 0 to flattening it. And hit enter. Then another extrusion by pressing E and Z through the axis. Then go down, press 1, select this one, hit Ctrl Shift B to flatten this by scrolling down the mouse button. Okay. Press Tab to go back to object mode. Press Shift A and make an unequal sphere. Put it down and decrease the scale. Go to Edit mode by pressing Tab. Press 1 for vertices. Go to wireframe by pressing Z and select wireframe. Select these vertices, X and vertices to delete them all. Press 2, hold Alt, click on one edge to make a loop. Extrude by E through Z axis and scale. Adjust the position and a scale. To keep the proportion precise, like so. Also, we need an extrusion inside our model and above all here. To do that, we can go back to solid by pressing Z and select solid. We can isolate this model by pressing Shift H. Select this edge loop, press E, then escape, then S for a scale and make it inside the model. Select this edge loop, Ctrl B for bevel, and make it small to make it sharp. All right. Then go back to object mode and in the modifier, select subdivision surface, hit to level, right click on the model and press shade smooth. To bring back rest of the model, press Alt H. Also, we need to extrude this inside our model. To do so, press E to go to edit mode. Press 2 for the edge. Hold Alt, click on one edge to make a loop. Hit Ctrl B for bevel. Select this middle one. Press S for scale and scale it down inside the model. Also, to keep this sharp, we need to bevel this one and this edge loops. To do so, press Alt and click on this and hold Shift while you also holding Alt and click on another edge to make these two edge loop. Ctrl B for bevel and keep it small to make the smoothness sharp on these edges. And if you select this and go to modifier and add subdivision surface, you can have this sharp beveling and extrusion. This one has a problem. To solve that, we can go to edit mode and turning off this subdivision surface and delete this face, which solves the problem. But also we have an extrusion inside the model. To do so, we can hit Shift H to isolate that. Go to edit mode, press 2, hold Alt, select one edge to make a loop. Press E, then escape, then S for a scale and make a scale inside the model. Select this loop, Control B for beveling and make it small to keep it sharp. Go back and tool level of subdivision surface, right click on the model and press shade smooth. All right. Press Alt and H to bring back rest of the model. Just a scale and the position. All right. You can add another cylinder by pressing Shift R A, cylinder, put it up, scale it up to, by pressing S, adjust the proportion. Also, we need to make some extrusion through here and here, so we need more edge loops. To doing that, we can select this and press E to go to edit mode, and then press Ctrl R to make a edge loop. By scrolling the mouse button, we can increase the numbers of the loops. Select these two loops, scale it through the axis. Also these two. All right. We need to select these two loops. Press 3 for polygons. Hold Alt. Click in the edge of the polygons to make a loop. Also hold Shift and Alt and press here to select them both. Right click, extrude faces along normal, and extrude this inside the model, like so. We don't need this one and the bottom one. Select them, press X, only faces. Let's isolate this by pressing Shift and H. Go to edit mode, press 2 for edge, hold Alt, select edge loop, press E for extrusion, escape, S for scale, and scale it inside the model. Also E and Z to extrude through the model. Same thing on the other side. E, escape, S for scale inside the model. Again E and extrude inside. Now we have to bevel these edges. So select them all. Here also we have to make the bevel small to keep it sharp. Also we have to select these edges too, but this time we can make it softer. So to do so, we can increase the size of our bevel, like so. So if I apply the subdivision surface, tool level, right click and shade smooth. You can see here we have sharp edge and this one is more soft edges. But we have some problem here. The problem is this is not a straight line. You can see there is some curve here. To solve the problem, we need to add some edges here to keep the sharpness of the model. So let's add them by pressing Ctrl R, scroll, and scale through the axis. Also here. All right. So let's bring back rest of our models by pressing Alt and H. We need to scale this top one. All right. And we have to add the eraser on the top by pressing Shift A and make another cylinder. Put it up, scale it down, go to isolation, press E, 3, and delete this. Also, make it smaller, and another bevel here. Also, an edge loop to keep it sharp. Adding subdivision surface, 2 level, and shade smooth. Let's go back, scale this up, and put it down. And adjust the proportion. All right, that's it. We just done the modeling. In the next part, we cover the unwrapping the model and creating material. I hope you enjoyed this part, and I will see you in the next session.